everyone. Collisions with invasive species have caused over $8 billion in damages to the U.S. transportation industry. All it takes is a single deer jumping out or a strong flock of birds to completely shatter a windshield. So what can we do to deal with these dangers? Type 1B below if you want to join us as we explore, analyze, and find solutions to this problem in today's video. In China, collisions between trucks and sheep are becoming increasingly common, causing significant damage and seriously impacting the livelihoods of many farmers. Typically, sheep are grazed from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., which often leads to drivers encountering unexpected situations on the road. To ensure safety, drivers need to reduce their speed and stay vigilant by looking far ahead. Although Mongolia is part of China, livestock grazing there is more strictly controlled with harsh regulations for violations. Offenders can be fined up to $300 and repeat offenders may face imprisonment. It is important for everyone to take responsibility to protect the safety of both livestock and the community. India is home to an estimated 33,000 elephants, putting significant pressure on the transportation sector. Weighing up to 11,000 pounds, a collision with a bus can cause severe damage. Would installing lighting or building fences be a more effective solution to reduce these risks? Every year, thousands of collisions with small birds occur, such as the engine fire incident in Denver, highlighting the fragile line between safety and disaster in aviation. If you were an expert, you would advise pilots to increase vigilance, strictly follow safety procedures, and use collision warning technology to minimize risks. The number of car accidents involving wildlife is increasing, especially in areas with high animal populations. In Alaska, there are about 150 collisions each year involving pregnant bears, posing dangers to drivers and threatening the survival of the bear population. These accidents raise concerns about the protection and preservation of bears. If you witness a similar incident, please contact local authorities immediately so the bears can receive timely care, helping to protect both the animals and the community. On the road near San Antonio, deer frequently appear at dawn, a time of limited visibility and increasing traffic. Installing a motion sensor-based wildlife crossing alert system is being proposed as a technological solution to reduce accidents. What do you think about using technology to protect both drivers and wildlife? Comment with 2 inches if you support this initiative. During a morning training flight, a flock of birds suddenly flew across the runway, forcing the plane to abort takeoff at the last moment. This highlights the importance of using bird deterrent devices at airports. It's not only a safety issue for pilots, but also a way to reduce the risk of technical damage and flight delays. In remote areas of Australia, many drivers have shared surprising experiences of kangaroos suddenly jumping onto the road, forcing them to swerve sharply and risking loss of control. One proposed solution is to install high-frequency sound horns on vehicles' devices that emit warning sounds inaudible to humans but that kangaroos can hear and avoid. Some Montana residents have started changing their driving habits during moose mating season, avoiding driving at dusk when visibility is low and the animals are most active. Instead of relying solely on road signs, the local community organizes volunteer patrol groups to promptly report moose sightings near roads. This is an example of how humans and nature can coexist more safely. On some forested railway lines in the U.S., trains sometimes have to brake suddenly upon spotting herds of deer, frozen on the tracks, a common reaction to bright lights and loud noises. Instead of relying solely on brakes, researchers are experimenting with flashing lights synced to biological rhythms or predator sound simulations to encourage deer to leave hazardous On foggy nights in Montana, car headlights often aren't enough to spot a deer crossing the road in time. There has been a proposal to use integrated infrared thermal sensors in vehicles to automatically detect large animals near the road and activate early warnings for drivers. This is not only an advancement in automotive technology, but also a way for humans to see with their senses, much like animals do to survive. A boy was riding his bike in front of his house when suddenly a deer jumped over the fence and dashed onto the road just a few meters away from a car. This happened in an instant, but serves as a reminder that residential areas are not only home to children, but also places where wildlife can appear more often than you might expect. Instead of relying on luck, slow down and stay alert at all times. A security camera in a Colorado parking lot captured the moment a mountain lion quietly crossed between cars and hid under a vehicle for hours to escape the daytime heat. Many people are unaware that failing to check carefully before getting into their cars can lead to serious consequences. Wildlife experts recommend using the car horn or headlights to warn before approaching vehicles in high-risk areas. In a matter of seconds, a train rushed through a wild bird habitat, causing many birds to flap wildly and creating a dangerous situation. To minimize risks, experts are developing an artificial intelligence system that predicts seasonal bird activity and automatically adjusts train speeds. This not only advances safety, but also demonstrates ecological respect. The increase in train animal collisions highlights the growing pressure from human expansion of roads and shrinking habitats for wildlife. This raises the risk of accidents causing severe damage and serious consequences such as derailments and traffic jams. Therefore, new solutions like smart warning systems and more effective environmental protection are needed to reduce these risks. A mother bear's panic over threats to her cubs highlights the increasing risk of conflicts between traffic and wildlife in Alaska. Building fences along the railway could help protect both animals and people, but they need to be designed thoughtfully so as not to disrupt the natural movement of bears. Footage recorded from a train shows that allowing cattle to roam freely near the tracks not only endangers transportation operations, but also poses risk to the safety of passengers and train staff. This highlights the necessity of strict management of areas adjacent to railways to prevent dangerous situations that could lead to accidents or conflicts between people and animals. Footage from the train reveals a concerning reality. Allowing cattle to roam freely near the tracks not only causes traffic delays, but can also lead to dangerous incidents such as attacks on people or serious collisions. This urgently calls for the implementation of animal monitoring and control measures, as well as raising community awareness to ensure the safety of both people and vehicles. The $10,000 fine in Florida aims to prevent livestock from causing railway accidents, but fines alone may not be enough. The issue also lies in a lack of control and awareness in managing livestock, so a combination of measures is needed to ensure traffic safety. A slow-moving train saved an elephant, but accidents like the one involving a cow trapped under a train in India and a similar incident in South Africa in 2020 highlight serious economic and traffic safety consequences. This underscores the need for more effective management and prevention measures. The train collision with a cow in the village highlights the lack of control in livestock raising questions about responsibility and the need for coordinated management to ensure the safety of both people and vehicles. Although Thompson's gazelles are very fast, the train collision in Texas still caused significant damage with 20-30 animals injured or killed. This incident highlights the serious risks faced by wildlife living near railway tracks and the need for more effective protective measures.
Double kill, tacular, kill-trocity, Kilimanjaro, kill-pocalypse, killionaire.
The reckless action of a man approaching a fast-moving train serves as a warning about the dangers of unsafe railway crossings. Everyone needs to be aware of maintaining a safe distance to avoid accidents that can happen at any time. The moment the train rushes forward while the dog hasn't escaped yet is a clear warning to pet owners about protecting their animals. Keeping pets in safe areas not only protects them, but also helps prevent dangerous accidents from happening. The stubborn donkey standing still on the tracks despite warnings shows the helplessness of the train driver in the face of unpredictable animal behavior. This raises questions about the need to develop effective protective and preventive measures to safeguard both animals and people along railway lines. Although the video is dark and tense, the train driver's skillful control helped the deer avoid an accident. However, to prevent similar risks, government intervention is needed to build protective fences along the tracks. Given the length of trains, a collision can lead to prolonged serious consequences requiring more effective preventive measures. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video and listen to these helpful tips. These methods have been quite effective in controlling the spread of certain invasive species. If you have any other ideas or solutions, don't hesitate to share them in the comments so we can learn and exchange together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the latest videos. Be sure to tell your friends about the channel so they can benefit from this content as well. Goodbye and see you in the next video.
In the U.S., the conflict between farmers and black bears has become a controversial issue. Leave a comment with the number 1, and let's explore this situation and the reasons behind the use of weapons in American agriculture. Farms in rural areas of the U.S. are facing a significant challenge: the intrusion of black bears into cultivated land. It is estimated that approximately 30,000 incidents involving black bears causing damage to farms are reported nationwide each year. A typical case occurred at a farm in the eastern U.S., where nearly 50 acres of corn ready for harvest were destroyed within just 72 hours. The estimated damage amounted to nearly $60,000, including the costs of seeds, fertilizer, labor, and expected profits. The farm owner reported that the devastation happened quickly and unexpectedly, even though they had tried to protect the crops with a 20-foot electric fence. Security cameras recorded over 20 instances of black bear activity in the area in just one night, showing their intelligence and skill in accessing the food source. Recent studies using drone technology have provided an overview of the extent of the damage. Aerial images clearly show flattened cornfields, creating intricate patterns when viewed from above. This not only affects crop yields, but also causes significant economic losses for farmers, especially when bear families, typically consisting of a mother bear and 2 to 3 cubs, are involved. The presence of multiple bears at the same time not only results in greater damage to the crops, but also raises safety concerns for the local community. Faced with increasing damage caused by black bears, some farmers have turned to population control measures, including regulated hunting. In some western U.S. states, black bear hunting has become a strictly regulated activity, combining agricultural protection with ecological tourism purposes. The process of hunting black bears requires significant patience and skill. Experts estimate that a typical bear hunt can last from 3 to 10 days, depending on the terrain and weather conditions. Hunters often have to thoroughly survey vast areas, including valleys and high mountains, to track signs and evidence of bears. The diverse terrain in hunting areas, ranging from accessible plains to dense forests and steep cliffs, demands not only hunting skills, but also the ability to survive in the wild. Black bear hunting in the western U.S. is strictly regulated, with hunting seasons often changing annually based on ecological factors and wildlife management. Wildlife agencies in each state typically publish the official hunting schedule on their websites and recommend that hunters stay updated regularly. In general, the black bear hunting season in this area is usually divided into two main phases: spring and fall. Do you enjoy bear hunting? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. The spring hunting season typically begins in late winter or early spring, when bears start to become active again after their hibernation period. The fall hunting season usually takes place in late summer or early fall, when bears are actively foraging for food to prepare for the upcoming winter. Each hunting phase generally lasts from a few weeks to a month, depending on state regulations and the bear population in the area. According to recent statistics from wildlife management agencies, the number of black bears permitted to be hunted each season typically ranges from 700 to 1,300 bears, depending on population levels and environmental factors. For instance, in a western state known for its bear hunting activities, recent reports indicate that around 1,000 black bears were hunted in one season, with nearly half of them being hunted using rifles. Hunting permits are issued carefully, with designated hunting areas, usually concentrated in mountainous and forested regions in the center of the state. The conflict between farmers and black bears in the U.S. is a complex issue that requires a balance between agricultural protection, community safety, and wildlife management. Black bear hunting demands that participants exercise extreme caution to ensure safety. Black bears can be highly aggressive, and hunters can be at risk if they get too close. During the hunting process, tracking the bear's signs plays a crucial role in the hunt's success. Black bear hunting techniques require a combination of long-distance observation skills and precision when approaching the target. To ensure safety and accuracy, hunters typically try to get within 50 to 80 yards of the bear before taking the shot. Thorough preparation is key to a successful hunt. One of the most important decisions is choosing the right weapon. Rifles are preferred, and they must meet two main criteria: the ability to shoot at long distances and sufficient power to take down an adult bear. A typical bear hunt can last from 3 to 7 days, depending on the terrain and weather conditions. Hunters need to be well prepared with supplies, including food, water, and specialized equipment. Noise-canceling headphones can increase the ability to detect animal sounds by up to 30%, while also reducing the risk of hearing damage from gunfire by up to 95%. Teamwork is a crucial element in black bear hunting. Effective hunting teams typically consist of 2 to 5 members, with each person taking on specific roles such as leading the way, tracking signs, or providing technical support. Hunting in groups not only increases the success rate to up to 60%, but it also creates memorable experiences and strong bonds between members. Hunters usually move slowly, about 0 to 0.5 miles per hour, using a low and slow technique to avoid detection. They leverage the terrain, vegetation, and wind direction to approach the target. When nearing the black bear's position, hunters must remain silent and patient, waiting for the perfect moment to take the shot. In some hunting areas in the U.S., the use of black bear hunting dogs is permitted and considered an effective method. Regulations regarding the number of dogs allowed can vary between states, typically ranging from 2 to 6 dogs. These dogs are trained to chase bears up trees, allowing hunters to approach the bear safely and accurately. The use of hunting dogs requires careful preparation and the application of modern technology. Dog trainers typically run comprehensive training programs lasting from 6 to 12 months before each hunting season. The training program focuses on developing endurance, climbing ability, and tracking skills in complex forest and mountainous environments. Professional hunters use electronic tracking devices for the dogs, often integrating GPS technology and satellite data transmission, allowing them to monitor the dog's positions over a wide area. GPS technology not only helps pinpoint the exact location of the bears, but also ensures the safety of the hunting dogs. Statistics show that the rate of hunting dogs getting lost or encountering danger has decreased by more than 60% since this technology was widely implemented. Black bear hunting remains a controversial topic in many communities. Some animal rights and environmental organizations oppose it, arguing that it could lead to overexploitation and the commercialization of wildlife. In certain Western states, illegal trading of black bear parts can result in severe penalties, with fines of up to $150,000 along with imprisonment. In the debate over managing conflicts between humans and wild black bears, one idea that has been proposed is the use of non-harmful protective fences. These measures are not only aimed at preventing crop damage, but also have a long-term goal of maintaining ecological balance. The process of installing electric fences requires meticulous attention to detail and a high level of technical expertise. It begins with installing metal posts, with around 50 to 100 posts driven at least 2 feet into the ground. The installation of the wire, typically 12-gauge wire, needs to be done carefully to withstand tension forces of up to 200 pounds. Do you have any better ideas for controlling the wild bear population? Leave your thoughts in the comments below the video. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Please help us by liking and subscribing to support our channel. Goodbye, and see you in the next video. The sound of gunfire echoes as a macaque monkey falls. This is a common sight in Japan, where farmers and hunters are working to control the population of this destructive species. Macaque monkeys damage crops, causing billions of dollars in losses every year. Rifle hunting and trapping are widely used methods. In 2022, over 20,000 macaque monkeys were killed. Leave a comment with the number 1, and let's explore more about this ongoing battle. Since the 1970s, the macaque monkey population in Japan has exploded due to deforestation pushing them closer to human settlements. They wreak havoc on crops, causing severe damage to farmers. Not only that, but macaques have also attacked tourists on beaches. In 2022, over 60 people were injured by monkeys, with many women suffering serious scratches. In Japan, macaque monkey hunting has become a necessary measure to control the population of this primate species. Hunters and farmers typically focus their activities in forests surrounding urban areas, ensuring the safety of residents and minimizing human-wildlife conflict. Hunters set up trap zones by placing bait such as ripe bananas or apples. They hide in camouflaged shelters, patiently waiting for a group of monkeys to appear. When a troop of monkeys approaches, the hunters use bows and arrows to take them down. Choosing bows and arrows over firearms helps reduce noise, preventing the monkeys from panicking and fleeing. On average, a hunter can capture about 2 to 3 monkeys per day. However, skilled and experienced hunters may achieve more impressive results, capturing up to 5 to 6 monkeys in a successful hunting day. An adult macaque monkey can weigh up to 50 pounds and stand 3 feet tall when upright, making the hunt quite challenging. Do you think this method is effective? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2, and if not, leave a comment with the number 5. In addition to traditional methods, many hunters choose rifles for hunting in larger forests. They carefully observe tall trees where macaque monkeys typically reside and listen for the distinctive calls of the monkeys to pinpoint their location. Hunters move quietly and stealthily, avoiding any noise that could startle the monkeys. They often use rifles with rotating barrels, such as .223 or .243 caliber, ensuring high accuracy while minimizing pain for the animal. The ideal shooting distance ranges from 100 to 200 yards, depending on the hunter's skill and environmental conditions.
2, 1.
To ensure humane treatment, hunters aim for the head or neck of the macaque monkeys, allowing for a quick kill and minimizing pain. However, hunting must strictly adhere to regulations. Only adult monkeys can be hunted, avoiding pregnant monkeys or infants to ensure the sustainability of the population and protect biodiversity. It is estimated that around 20,000 macaque monkeys are hunted each year across Japan. This number is closely monitored to maintain a balance between reducing human-wildlife conflict and maintaining a stable monkey population. A more humane method is using traps to capture macaque monkeys. Hunters use box traps, designed as large metal enclosures, typically around 12 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 9 feet tall, providing enough space to hold multiple monkeys at once. To attract the monkeys, hunters place ripe fruits like bananas, apples, and berries inside the trap. as these foods have appealing scents that macaque monkeys enjoy. When a group of monkeys is drawn in by the scent of the fruit and enters the trap, they inadvertently trigger the door-closing mechanism. The trap doors are designed to close quickly and quietly, preventing the monkeys inside from panicking or alerting others nearby. These traps are typically placed in areas where the monkeys are known to frequent, such as near orchards or the edges of forests near residential areas. This method allows for the capture of multiple animals at once, with an average success rate of around 3 to 5 monkeys per trap. Compared to hunting with rifles, this method is safer and less stressful for the animals. What do you think about hunting and trapping methods? Is there a more humane way to control the macaque monkey population? Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel. Next, let's take a look at how farmers in the U.S. are dealing with millions of invasive wild pigs in Florida. In Florida, it is estimated that there are around 500,000 wild pigs, causing agricultural damage of up to $1.5 billion annually. They destroy cornfields faster than farmers can harvest them. Are you ready to join the wild boar hunt? If so, leave a comment with the number 1 to start the video.
Push, push.
To address this issue, the government has allowed wild boar hunting, turning it into an activity that combines recreation with population control. The wild boar hunting season in Florida is open year-round, reflecting the severity of the invasive species problem. To participate, hunters must have a valid license and are typically required to be at least 16 years old. Hunting gear includes backpacks, clothing, food, hunting knives, and firearms. When hunting in the forest, many hunters prefer shotguns due to their versatility. For larger groups of wild boars, they need to shoot continuously to take down as many as possible. With rifles equipped with scopes, the ideal shooting distance is typically between 50 to 100 yards. Hunting teams usually consist of 3 to 5 people, each taking on different roles. When hunting in fields, they often use a surrounding tactic to prevent the wild boars from escaping. Hunting dogs play a crucial role in tracking and chasing wild boars. They are trained to corner the boars or hold them in place until the hunters arrive to take them down. Florida wild boars can weigh up to 300 pounds, with large males reaching up to 400 pounds. An average wild boar provides about 60–80 pounds of edible meat. Have you ever used this method to hunt wild boars? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a comment with the number 5.
There's another one, there's 3. Go ahead.
Have you ever tasted wild boar meat? Wild boar meat is highly valued for its nutritional benefits, being rich in protein, lower in fat than farmed pork, and packed with zinc, iron, and B vitamins. Hunting wild boars is not just a recreational activity. It also plays an important role in protecting the ecosystem and agriculture in Florida. Some states even hold wild boar hunting competitions, offering prizes for the largest boar or the most boars hunted. This not only encourages population control, but also creates a significant hunting tourism economy. However, hunting wild boars also faces challenges. Wild boars are highly intelligent and adaptable, making them increasingly difficult to hunt. This requires hunters to continuously improve their methods and strategies to keep up with the evolving behavior of the animals. What do you think about using hunting as a method for controlling animal populations? Comment 1 if you support wild boar hunting, or 0 if you have a better idea. That's the situation with invasive species in the US. The government is taking action, allowing hunters to help control the population. What do you think of this approach? Do you have any other ideas for tackling this issue? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to watch more amazing videos about wildlife and nature. See you next time! Hello everyone. Namibia, a land renowned for its breathtaking, pristine landscapes, is home to one of the largest rhino populations in the world, with numbers ranging from 2,000 to 2,500 individuals. These majestic creatures are not only a symbol of Africa's wilderness, but also play a crucial role in the global ecosystem. However, pressures from climate change, widespread wildfires, and the expansion of human settlements have caused these iconic animals to increasingly come into conflict with humans. The tragic incident on April 12, 2024, in Namibia serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. What happened on that day, and what does it mean for the future of these magnificent creatures? Leave a comment with the number 1, and let's explore together. On April 12, 2024, a tragedy occurred in Namibia when a disoriented rhino wandered into a residential area, likely due to habitat loss and pressures from the changing environment. Panicked by the unfamiliar noise and chaos, this massive creature became frightened and attacked a local man who was accidentally passing by. Although the man was rushed to the emergency room, he did not survive due to the severe injuries, leaving the community in shock and mourning. Sadly, this incident is not an isolated case. It highlights the growing conflict between humans and wildlife as rhinos, having lost their natural habitats, increasingly invade urban areas, creating dangerous situations for both humans and these magnificent creatures. As their environment continues to shrink, the risk of such encounters becomes more frequent, emphasizing the urgent need for solutions to protect both wildlife and human populations. To address the growing conflicts, conservationists and the Namibian government have allocated $15 million to relocate rhinos to safer conservation areas, aiming to minimize human-wildlife encounters. At the same time, local communities are being educated on risk reduction strategies, such as protecting food sources and avoiding direct contact. While these efforts have been helpful, The increasing rhino population and the enormous costs of relocation have made this approach unsustainable in the long run. To tackle the situation, the government has introduced a bold new policy to manage the conflict more effectively. What do you think they have implemented to balance safety and conservation? In response to the escalating conflicts between humans and rhinos, the Namibian government introduced a controlled hunting policy aimed at managing the rhino population and reducing risks to the community. This policy allows for the establishment of 50 licensed hunting teams, with members required to undergo rigorous training on wildlife behavior, tracking techniques, and firearm safety. Do you agree with this policy introduced by the Namibian government? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a comment with the number 5. Hunters must also demonstrate a commitment to ethical hunting practices to qualify for a license. To encourage participation, the government offers rewards of up to $10,000 for each rhino hunted, ensuring that only skilled and responsible hunters take part in the program. These measures aim to strike a balance between community safety and conservation efforts. Rhino hunting is limited to designated areas near conservation zones, where population density and conflict are highest. The hunting season runs from May to September, coinciding with the dry months when rhinos are more active and easier to track. Hunters rely on clear signs such as trampled grass, horn marks on trees, and large droppings to identify their targets. Rifles like the .375 H&H Magnum are favored for their power and accuracy, ensuring a quick and humane kill. Advanced binoculars, such as the Swarovski EL range, are used to detect rhinos from a safe distance, allowing hunters to plan their approach ethically. Although necessary, rhino hunting faces significant challenges. Rhinos are highly aggressive and territorial when threatened, making it very dangerous to approach them. Ethical concerns have also emerged, with many conservationists arguing that hunting could disrupt the social structure of the species. A notable incident occurred in 2023, when a hunter underestimated the speed and strength of a charging rhino, leading to a dangerous confrontation that injured the hunter and raised questions about safety protocols. These incidents highlight the complexity of managing a program aimed at balancing human safety with the survival of a keystone species. Although rhino hunting presents challenges, it has attracted experienced hunters from around the world, eager to test their skills in a high-risk environment. The program has significantly boosted the local economy, increasing income by up to 22% in some areas and drawing international attention to Namibia as a hub for wildlife management. The funds generated from hunting permits and rewards are used to compensate farmers for livestock damage caused by rhinos, helping to reduce tension between humans and wildlife. Top hunters have made extraordinary efforts to control the growing rhino population while ensuring ethical practices. Leave a like or comment to honor their bravery and dedication. Your encouragement helps inspire their important work. Be sure to like the video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to watch more amazing videos about wildlife and nature. See you next time.